Welcome back guys, and in this part I'm gonna show you how can we implement this horizontal list view. Okay, so for doing this, after this drawer we need to implement our body. So I can comment out here, I can say int drawer. Okay, now in here we need to implement this body is going to be a list view. We need to add a list view here, and list view contain a children of widget. Why we need to use the list view? We need to use a list view so that we can scroll it. Here you can see we have a data item that will scroll horizontally, and another one will be the vertical, so that we can scroll this total data. That's why we need to use the list view. You can also use the scroll direction and some other property that Flutter already have, but the list view will be the easy way. Okay, you can easily. So inside this, first of all we need to divide our layout in two container. So first container will be our this one, and second container will be rest of the vertical part. So in here I'm gonna add a new container, so I can say the new container, and in here first of all add a margin is going to be as insert all, I can say 10.0, and this margin is the space that we are getting here. Okay, and in here first of all in here we need to define the height of our container, say 250.0. okay, and what will be the rest of the part. Now in here we need to define a child and not color. In here we need to define the child, and child will contain, and if you want we can add it inside a card view, but I am not gonna add this card view. So add a child and is going to be the list view. List view has a children of widget, and in here we need to add a scroll direction exist.horizontal, so that we can scroll our data horizontally. All right, now here you can see, so this total item is a one card, this one is another one card, this one is another one card. Okay, in here we can use the card view. Okay, so in here we need to add a container, and each container will contain one list of item data. So you can say new container, and inside this container we can add a child, and child is going to be new card. Okay, and inside this card, and first add the elevation, and elevation we can say 10.0. okay, so we need to define the height and width of our card. Okay, so define the height, and define the height is going to be 200.0, and wide is going to be 200.0. okay, so now if I hit the run button, we might see our card view. Okay, so for first of all I'm gonna show you how these things work. So I can simply copy this container one or two more times so that we can see the scroll direction. Okay, 3 times pasted it here, and now run this. Now we can see we can scroll it horizontally. All right, so now we need to change our, so let's just remove it. Okay, so this is our first container here. Now run, see only one. Now we need to change the color of this thing, so I can simply add the color. I can say color is going to be colors dot green color. Now if I run, we will see this green color, but green color is for the container, but we are working in a card, so we need to add this color inside our card. Okay, and done it here, and we can see this color. Okay, so card has some other property like the shape has round rectangle border, and what I can say, round rectangle border, and there are a couple of other property for this. Okay, so if I choose the round rectangle border, sorry, and in here we need to add the border radius, and it's going to be new border radius dot circular, and you can choose here the radius, say 30.0. now if I run this, we will see the shadow around border, see the round border. Okay, so we can use it just for the design purpose, but that is not included in our this item, so it's not a big problem. So now use the 15, and here you can see it will be good. Okay, now in here, first of all, we need to add an image. So inside this content, inside this card, so this is the container that contain the whole thing, and inside this container we added a card view, and inside this card we design this thing, and this card contain a child, and in here we need to add a column. Why we need to add a column? So according to this UI, we need to add an image, then we need to add two text. So this one will be our first column item, then second column item, and the third column item. All right, so we can see this here. So column. Okay, now we need to add images. So as of now we don't have any images in our application, in our project. So go to this click here in your project name. Okay, then right click, then new, click in new directory, and in here you need to define a file. I can say asset file. Okay, inside this asset file we need to add our images. So I already have a couple of images. I can choose those images from here, and I can paste it to the asset file, and inside this asset now we can see these images. Okay, now we are not done yet. We need to open our pubspec.yml, then we need to add all of these image name. So in here, after this uses material design, in here we need to use this thing. So here you will see the instruction C. First of all, we need to add this assets keyword. Remember that you need to write this same keyword. If you did many mistake, it will not work. So assets. Okay, after this asset we need to add one dash, then space, then our folder name. Our folder name is asset. You can choose any other folder name, whatever you want. Asset, then our image name, that is dd.jpg, dd.jpg, then add another image, asset / e.jpg, then another one is asset / e.jpg, then asset / pr.jpg, and another one is asset.sun.jpg. all right, so we are not done yet. Now go back to your home page. In here we will see this message, public has been edited, so we need to get this. So go to this tool and click on Flutter package get. We need to get this thing to our project. So if we see the exit code 0, that means we don't have any error, so we are now ready to go. So now come here to this column. So this one is our first column item. So I can add a container here. So add new container, inside this container add a child, and this child is going to be new Clipper React. Child is going to be new Clipper React. Why I am using this Clipper React? If I use Clipper React, we can easily add a border radius to our application. So add border radius is going to be new border radius dot circular, and going to be 10.0, and this child is going to be new image, and image content, and inside this image we need to use this new asset image. Okay, and in here we need to name it asset / our directory name is going to dd.jpg. now we need to define the height and width. Height is going to be, what I can say, 160.0, and width is going to be 160. Width, you can choose width 200.0 for the full, and we need to use here the fit is going to be box fit dot cover. Okay, now if I run it, we might see the image. Here we can see the image, but we can't see the shadow here. Actually it has the shadow, but the reason is that it will only adjust with the container. So let me add some margin. Margin is going to be as inset all 10.0. now run it, and now we can see this. So we don't need to add the margin here, it's quite fit for this thing. Okay, so this is the image, and after that we need to add two text. So this is our first column item, that is the container, and after this we need to add two text view. Okay, so add new text, and text is going to, we can say Lauren, if some dummy text, and we need to change this color and font size. So change the style is going to be text style, and in here we need to add the font size is going to be 20.0, and color is going to be colors dot white color. Okay, so now if I run this, we will see the text started from the center. Okay, it will be good from in the center, no problem. And if you wanna start it from the beginning, then in here there is a property called cross axis alignment dot start. Now run it, then it will start from the left side, so we don't need to, we can see it, just remove it, no problem. So this is the first text, and we need another text here. I can simply copy, and before that add a size box here. So new size. So what does this size box do? Size box create a space between two attributed the property, and the height is going to be, I can say 5.0, and after that I am gonna copy this text and then paste it here and change the text to some dollar. I can say just what I can say the text model. See, or we can add some dollar symbol or some prices, so it will be good. So if you are adding any special character, before the special character you need to use this backslash. Okay, then I can say 200. Now if I run it, I will see this 200. Okay, so this is pretty good. Now our first container is ready. That means this whole container contain this, so this whole container contain this one image. Okay, so in here we also need to add a new size box. So new size box, and this time we need to use the space between the white, so white is going to 5.0, so that the second item can add here and it can create the space of 5 dp. Okay, and the clone. Now we need to copy this container. Okay, so I am gonna copy from including the size box. So copy this, we need to copy from this container, right? So copy this container. Okay, then paste it one more time. Now if I run it, we might see the second item. See, we can see it, and we can also scroll it. And I am gonna change the color green to deep purple color, or what is the purple accent color. Then I am gonna change the image also. So change the image to sun.jpg, and I'm also gonna change the image. So this one, change the green color to indigo color, and then change the image also, change it to pr.jpg. Okay, now if I run it, we will see different image and the different color. See, different image and the different color. So this color is not looking good. We can change it to indigo color, red color. What is the item name? This one, or we can say the, or I can say the black color. Black color will be also good. See, so we have done our first container, that is this one. Okay, so in here there wasn't any card view or the shadow for the card, but we added it in our this part. Okay, so it's working very well. See, and in our next part we will work for our this part, where we will learn how can we work with expanded and something like this. Okay, so this is the first container that contain the whole thing, and I am gonna comment out it here and say int first container, first main container I can say. Alright, so I think guys that's it for this part. We will complete this project from our second part. Okay, thank you.